Hello everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, I'm not really cooking, I'm making guacamole. And when you grow up in a Mexican-American household, you have this stuff all the time as a kid. And I certainly did. And I have seen a lot of recipes out there for tarted up guacamole. But that's not the real deal. You know, I've seen chestnut mango guacamole, and let me tell you something, when you're putting chestnuts and mangoes in your guacamole, you are making some questionable life decisions right there. Really, guacamole is all about the avocados. It should be dominated by the flavor and the texture of the avocados. So all you really need are limes, onions, for a bit of crunch and taste, and really decent avocados. Now, avocados are kind of hit or miss. You don't really know what you get until you're opening them. I've had some that looked terrible on the outside and they were absolutely gorgeous on the inside. I've had others that looked beautiful on the outside and they were completely brown on the inside. So it is hit or miss. I just buy a big bag of them that way in case they are bad. I've got some backups. The way to tell if an avocado is ripe is to squeeze it very, very gently. If it's hard as a rock, it's not ripe. Leave it on the counter. If it gives too gentle pressure, then it's perfectly ripe. If it's feeling a little bit mushy, it's probably overripe. And that's not a good thing. You just never know until you cut one open. So the other thing you can add if you want a little bit of heat, if you have fresh jalapenos or fresh serranos. I don't, because I didn't pick up any when I went shopping, and I don't make special shopping trips just for one thing anymore. So I'm just using some crushed red pepper. So let's get started. Okay, so this is all you really need for making guacamole. You need some avocados, salt, some lime juice, some chopped onion. Optional if you have some red pepper flakes or jalapenos or serranos fresh. Technically you don't need this if you don't like the heat. I like just a little bit of heat in mine, so I'm going to add some of these because I don't have anything fresh. So I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get to work on the avocados. And it's always a bit of a surprise with avocados because you never really know what you get when you open them up. This one has a little bit of a dent in here, so this could get interesting. I don't know if you can see that, but if there's a little bit of a stem, you want to knock that off. I'm going to take a knife, and a lot of people, you've probably seen where they cut it all the way around the seed and then twist it, and then you got to get in there with a knife to knock out the seed. You don't even have to do that. The secret is to treat this thing like a Rubik's Cube. So I'm going to cut all the way around once, and then I'm going to cut all the way around again at right angles to my original cut. Okay, so I'm going to twist it this way, realign everything, twist it again, and then open it up. And that pit just pops right out without any problem. And like I said, it's always a bit of a surprise what you get with an avocado because this does have some dark spots, so we will just cut that out and not use that part. So it'd be much easier if I had a spoon, but so anyway, I do have a bowl over here. I'll move things around a little bit and get the bowl in here. And really, this is a very ripe avocado. It was a little. I just bought these the other day, and you know, there's always a joke about avocados are a bit like bananas. You know, they're ripe for about 10 seconds, and then that's it. So I'm just gonna slice this out of here. Normally I would use a spoon, but I forgot. So, and actually this is so ripe. Normally what I do is just kind of cross hatch it like this, and then you can just pop the pieces off like that. There we go. That other one was just a little bit difficult because it had a bad dark spot in it. So unfortunately there's nothing you can do with the skins. So they go in. If you have a compost pile, put them in the compost. If not, then they have to go out in the trash. So there we go, bad spot there. So same technique. Should have grabbed some paper towels. This is a very ripe avocado. As you can see, the pieces just pop right off into the bowl. And sometimes you get a spot where the skin wants to stick to the flesh wants to stick to the skin, so it's good. Usually by the stem. So
I'll just chop a little of that off, and we'll call it good. Okay, don't waste any of it though. This is too good. So this one has a lot of bad spots here. So I'm gonna cut this piece off because this is all good, and this is very, very ripe. Sometimes you have to do a bit of surgery like this. Actually, that whole end looks to be bad, so. Alright, so, and just pop it out, and these pieces just fall right off. So, alright, let me grab some paper towels. And we are going, oh, there's a little tiny bit, something that's a, you can't see it, that's a piece near the stem. So, alright, so I'm going to grab this other one, and I'm going to cut right through that dimple. I don't know what that's about, so we're going to find out. I've never seen an avocado with a dimple. This one's a little bit firmer, so unless there's a really bad spot with that dimple, I'm going to do this over here on the cutting board so I don't slice a finger off. There we go. So twist this way, put it back together, twist that way, and yeah, it's a little bad around that dimple, so we'll just cut that off. Okay. And these parts just pop right off because this is nice and ripe. If this were not a perfectly ripe avocado, and truth be told, it's probably just slightly overripe, you could not just pull these pieces off like this. So, I'm trying to do this all in one take because really guacamole should be that easy. Okay, so pop all these bits off here. Come on. This is very buttery, which is a good word to use to describe avocado texture. That's if it's really ripe, it's buttery. It's a little bad on that side. Okay. And the same thing here. We'll cut that bad spot out. Some years I have really good luck with avocados, and it seems like whenever I buy them, they're just always perfect. Other years it's kind of hit or miss. One batch will be great, the next batch not so much. So as you can see, these are just popping out of here. Okay. Did not cut this one quite even. It's kind of hard to see with that. Oh, there's a bad spot there. Okay. So, you make do with what you can do here. So, okay, I'm done with the knife, so I will set that down. And like I said, all you need now is a fork to mash these up. And these are perfectly ripe, so they're going to mash very easily. And you know, if you like a really creamy guacamole, you can really get in here and work this. I like a little bit of chunk left to it, especially when it's nice and ripe like this. It is actually like eating butter. Okay, so there is our broken down guac or avocados. I'm going to add some onions. And these onions are rather pungent, and I like my onions chopped fine, especially in something like this, because they're not going to cook down at all. I'm going to add a bit of lime juice. Lime juice helps preserve the color, and there's a spot I missed. And also add some flavor to it. It cuts down on your need for salt, basically. Alright, so we're going to get in here with some red pepper flakes. And of course, if this were like a fresh jalapeno or Yeah, it looks about right. If this were a fresh jalapeno or fresh serrano, you'd start to taste that right away. This, I probably won't taste these very much until it's been in the oven for been in the refrigerator for an hour. So, okay. Now I'm going to grab a spoon if I can. The drawer that holds the spoons is right in front of the camera's right in front of it. So I'm going to grab just a little taste here. Oh, that's good. Okay, does need just a little bit of salt, not a lot. Okay, so probably went a little bit overboard on that lime juice, but it will mellow out. So grab another spoon and taste it again. Now, I don't have tortilla chips, but this really is a sauce. So this is not, you can eat it as a condiment or eat it as a snack, but I mean, think about putting this on your tacos. Think about putting this on, you know, on enchiladas or burritos or whatever. It's a beautiful bright green color. I'm gonna swap that out into another bowl and try to make it look pretty. Actually, what have I got here? I've got this bowl here. Okay, so always try to make things look nice. This bowl will also take up less space in the refrigerator. So again, I'm trying not to waste any of that beautiful stuff there. Now, and this bowl's probably so deep you probably can't see it. I'll have to check the camera. Yeah, you can see it. There we go. Get it all centered up. And the reason I'm using a rubber spatula, of course, is so that I can get every last bit of guacamole out of there. So, that's it. That's easy guacamole. No need to tart it up with anything else. I'm going to add a few more pepper flakes just for color. If you wanted to put a sprig of cilantro on there to make it look pretty, you can certainly do that. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please enjoy some good guacamole. This is actually very healthy fat for you. So don't feel too bad about eating it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, or subscribe. If you have any questions, also add a question down below. Power to the proletariat and stay safe.